All right, Amanda, let's take a look at your paper. Always look at MLA format first. You are missing your last name and page number up here, so you're going to want to make sure that you add that to your next draft. Everything over here looks good, though. You have one extra space here that you can get rid of. So, the Not So Secret Life of an American Nerd. Um, actually, like that. It really doesn't have to do anything with cause and effect, but it's actually not a bad title, so I'll let that one slide. One thing that you got to remember when you write in the first person, which you are going to be writing in the first person, I's and me's all over the place, you cannot use the word you. So remember on the rubric, every time you change point of view, you lose a point. So there's 2 points right there that you're going to lose on your voice. So just make sure that you remember that. Don't change point of view on me. If you're going to say first person, stay first person. All right. Now, I would tell you, you probably, I didn't count them up. You probably have the requisite number of sentences that I was looking for, but look how many short, choppy sentences you have in here. It's just, it's very stilted when you read this. The question that you start off with isn't bad, but here's how to make it better. Like, give me like a really weird statistic or fact that because you're a giant nerd, like only you would know. Make it about Big Bang Theory or Dungeons and Dragons or whatever you happen to be into. But use that as your starter and then say something about, I know, this is like something only a nerd would know, but guess what? I am one. I don't know, something like that. Um, because you jump really fast. Welcome to my life, which isn't a bad, second sentence, I guess. I use an exclamation point too, like "Welcome to my life." But then you jump right into your sister, and I think if you kind of not meander, I guess, but lead a little bit better into this influence that your sister has had on me, I think that'll make this longer and stronger as an introduction. Now, this is technically your topic sentence, I guess, or your sentence about your topic. But make sure that you understand this is a cause and effect. So you don't necessarily have to say cause or effect, but you need to kind of reference that. You just said it because of it. I've had many great experiences. That doesn't make me think of cause and effect. Due to my sister's influence, I've played more video games. I've improved immensely in art. Meeting new people is fun and easy now. We talk about word choice, right? Fun and easy. What better words can you use there? Immensely and art. How you improved. Immensely is kind of a weak adverb because what you really want to say is very, but you probably had that first and you changed it. I've begun playing video games more often. How can you make that word choice better? So just think about word choice, Amanda, a little bit. All of these acts combined make me the nerd I am today. Not a message statement yet. So this is not a message statement. It's not a thesis. You got to keep going with that concept and make it stronger as far as what is the true message you're trying to send about all of these influences on you. Not that it's just made you a nerd, but has opened your eyes to new things that have taught you something about life. And what is that something? I don't know. But you got to work on that for your introduction. All right, so your first body paragraph is about playing video games. I'd love to see, again, a stronger topic sentence. Because really you get into the fact that it's actually led you towards your future occupation. And maybe this is a better topic sentence that basically I mean because of video games. I know what I want to do with my life. That kind of is a better topic sentence, I guess, but why not even put that at the beginning and then kind of lead into this and maybe talk about the first video game your sister kind of pushed on you, and talk about your feelings playing that game and what it did to you, and talk about the compulsion to keep playing and to keep doing things, and try to just get into more details. This is very sort of superficial information. Again, you have to me a very short paragraph. I think you can really expand on this. You finally do get into some specific information here, which is awesome, and you actually punctuated the titles correctly like we've been practicing, so kudos to you. You do not need to, though, punctuate this since this is not part of the title, the series here at the end. The Mass Effect, the Dragon Age, that needs to be underlined, and that's great, but these you do not need the underline with. Here's a good example of a comma conjunction rule. Playing games like these have allowed me to expand my creative mind, which is fine. Allow me to find a goal for a future job is not a complete sentence, so you don't need a comma there. And even if you even without that, it's still a sentence that doesn't make sense. And has allowed me to find a goal for a future job. That'd be a better way to word that. So work on some more detailed information in this next paragraph, and also work on a transition. You want to lead into that because the next one's about art, and you want to be a game designer. So there's a natural transitional sentence that's going to go right there at the end of that first body paragraph. All right, Amanda, I just take that back. I think maybe this you're trying to get into a transitional statement right here. I just don't think it is strong enough, so maybe work on that. If you thought that was your transitional statement, just work on it. All right, your next one's about art, and now it's what I'm best at. Again, I don't know if I see a strong topic sentence in here. And remember, your paper is kind of about how your sister has influenced you with this. I mean, I feel like that's your topic. So I don't see any influence by your sister. Or is this kind of a chain reaction? Because I got good at art, then I did this, and then I did this. And if that's the case, again, this transitional statement needs to make sure that that's clear to the audience. So you mentioned this, which is a good detail. But look at some of the word choices that you're making in here. Basically, I make my own characters and I draw them. Like, I kind of get when you say I make my own characters. Maybe you could make a better word than make. Like, I design my own characters based on these books and shows, etc. Then you wouldn't even need that at the back end. There's the word immensely again. My art has improved immensely. So again, that's weak. Now that can be released. Oh shoot, there's another word in here that I was trying to have you fix. But again, just stronger word choice overall, more details overall. Tell me, how you feel when you draw. Tell me how it affects others when you draw, because I bet that's a big thing. I bet people always comment on how awesome a drawer you are. But have that be part of your paragraph there. And then you get into this, which I think why I went back and looked at the other paragraph, because you're trying to transition here. There are others out there who have the same dream as I do. Again, it needs to be a stronger transition, but at least you're trying in here, and that's important. Speaking of details, you didn't even name your best friend in here. I bet they wouldn't feel good about that. They didn't even make your name in the paper. So meeting new people is what we do every day. I don't necessarily meet someone new every day, but you need a strong topic sentence. What has being a nerd really done for you? I mean, I get the sense that because you're a nerd, you talk to other nerds and whatever. But I need to see a stronger topic sentence. And again, this is going to make when you look back at your thesis statement and make that stronger, you'll kind of know where you want to go in this paragraph. Because I think like this one meanders a lot. Like, I'm not sure you really know what to put in here. And again, tell me some examples of where you've talked to other people about your interests. Is it online? Is it you mentioned conventions up here, like a convention, but have you ever gone to one? What was your experience there? What did you meet somebody that was cool and that relationship has lasted until then? That's this kind of things that you want to know here. You also have some major punctuation here, mostly with comma errors. So let's look at this sentence. It's easy to meet plenty of people who have the same game, like the same game, books, or movies. You wanted to say you, and then you put oneself does. Obviously, that looks really awkward too. Just say I find it easy to meet the people who have the same blah blah blah. Whether it is at school, work, online, or a place in public like a convention. So kind of fix that whole oneself there. When you have two in the sentence, like you do here twice, you have to surround it by commas. So make sure that that's surrounded by commas. They like it, comma, two, comma, and I don't feel like I'm boring them. And you probably wouldn't put the comma here. This isn't necessarily your divider between the two sentences, because your divider is really right here. And comma in turn, so you need one after like, one after and. I met some other friends. Again, some specific examples would be helpful. And this is fine as the last sentence. I couldn't be happier about it. Probably could be a little stronger, but that's something you can work on. All right. Repeat your thesis statement as job number 1 in your conclusion. That's not really your thesis statement, and even if it was, I'd still want you to change it. Again, it's got to be a solid, strong message. You go through and you go through your main points again, which everything looks good there. I like the way it kind of progresses, and then you get to this last one. It's like, it's kind of a letdown sentence. It's not really that strong. Maybe you can learn some of the plus sides to being a nerd as well. Well, you just told me all the plus sides to being a nerd, so I'm not exactly sure what else I'm going to learn. Plus, you already used the word you, which again, you can't use that word. So fix that just ending sentence there. So not bad, Amanda. Still some things that I want you to work on and get stronger at, but really word choice is your biggest struggle right now. So just find a lot of more specific words, more words that are going to show some personality in your writing, and just focus on that and those couple organizational things for your rewrite.